Alright guys, today we are going to be doing something that you guys have been requesting for quite a while. We're going to be testing Shark Tank products. The first Shark Tank product that we are going to be testing is this. This is called the Fizz Cup. I kind of went blank there for a second. It says Fizz on the side of the cup. I think it's called the Fizz Cup. And what it is it's this like two-piece cup thing that you screw onto a bottle of pop, probably like root beer, which is what we're going to use. And then you put ice cream inside the top of the cup, and then you'll squeeze the bottle, and it'll make like a root beer float, and then it has like a lid, and then you can just like drink your root beer float. So, kind of unique. I don't know how I feel about it. I guess we'll see here in a minute. So, what you're supposed to be able to do is just take a bottle of whatever you want. We're going to use root beer, because that's what they use. That's what they recommend. And just screw this on here. That's not very promising. It doesn't seem to actually like lock down. Okay, I guess we'll just get it as tight as we think we can get it without it jumping the threads. So then you just add ice cream. We're just going to use vanilla. I think the melty ice cream on the sides will probably be the best. I'm not really a big ice cream person, or really sugar person in general. What is that? Probably 3/4 of the way. That way we have enough room for the root beer. And now you're supposed to just squeeze the bottle, and it's going to fill up the top. I guess kind of just wait for it to dissolve the ice cream. I can kind of taste the ice cream. So I guess this is what you're supposed to do. You just like carry this thing around while it's on top, and just every now and then you just give it a little bit of a squeeze and mix around with the ice cream. I mean, it tastes good. It tastes like ice cream with root beer. I think what's happening, whenever I tip it back, I think the root beer is just kind of pouring right out of the spout. Like, yeah, it just pours right out of the spout, and then you just end up drinking like the root beer, but not really so much of the ice cream. I can kind of taste the ice cream, but it's not like, I think this is one of those things that's like maybe it's like a good idea in theory, but like in practice, maybe it doesn't really work all that great. I think the root beer just ends up bypassing. It does, because that tastes like half root beer, half ice cream. But whenever it's on the bottle, it tastes like maybe 90% root beer, 10% ice cream. I think I understand why I never even heard of this thing until I started researching these Shark Tank products, because this is not that great of a thing. It's a good concept. The idea is there. It needs to be like redesigned in a way that the root beer only gets added whenever you squeeze it, not whenever you just tilt it back. Because every time you tilt it back, you're just drinking root beer and not root beer and ice cream. Alright, so before we go any farther, this video is sponsored by Manscaped. Manscaped has sent me their new Performance Package 4.0. So let's check it out. First and foremost, you are going to get the Lawnmower 4.0. Now this is a cordless trimmer. It also has wireless charging. It has skin-safe technology, so that you're not going to cut or nick yourself. It has a light. It's waterproof. And this one also has this cool feature where you can push the button a few times. It'll put itself into travel mode, so that way it won't turn on inside your bag or anything. So that's nice. The trimmer also comes with 2 different size guards. In the package, you will get a bottle of ball deodorant. You will also get a bottle of ball toner. And then for a limited time in this package, you get 2 free gifts. One of those gifts being anti-chafing boxer briefs. And then you also will get this nice leather toiletry bag. So that's very nice. So that is what comes inside of the Performance Package 4.0. So while you're over there checking out that, you can also check out the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer. This thing is awesome. It has a 360-degree blade. It also has the same skin-safe technology. It's also wireless, waterproof, all the same things as the Lawnmower 4.0. It has a very powerful motor. I think it turns at like 3,000 RPM. And it also comes with a docking station, just like the Lawnmower 4.0. So if you want to check out any of these products, there will be a link in the description down below, and you can use code TUBE and you will get 20% off plus free shipping. So you can go over there, check this stuff out, Or you can check out, they also sell a razor, which is nice. They also just came out with a little grooming kit that's got fingernail clippers, tweezers, little pair of scissors, stuff like that. And then they also, of course, have their signature refined cologne. So let's get back to the video. All right, our second item is this. This is a security fingerprint lock. I bought this thing off Amazon, but in the Amazon ad, I don't know if it's just me or what, but the way that it looks huge. Like, it looks like, I thought it was going to be like, I thought the body of the lock was going to be like the size of my hand, and it was going to be like something like sturdy and big. But then I got this little tiny box whenever it came in, and it turns out that it's actually very tiny. That was a little bit underwhelming. Basically a battery and some type of a motor, and it's got like a cable hook thing. That's not the fingers that I have it programmed to. So I have it on my thumb. It'll open, and whenever you put this thing back in here, now it's locked. This locking mechanism is so small and flimsy. It's just like the tiniest little like lip, and whenever you put it inside the lock, like it just doesn't feel secure at all. I feel like less than 50 pounds could probably pull this thing out, and I'll actually kind of be surprised if it takes more than that. So what we're going to do is we are going to put this thing on the crane scale, and we're going to pull it apart and see how much force it takes to break this little latch free. And I don't think it's going to be very much. All right, we've got our crane scale all hooked up. I'm going to do my best to try to keep the pressure in the middle of the lock. My official guess, I'm going to say that it's probably going to break somewhere between 50 and 75 pounds, if I had to guess. All right, let's see what happens. Huh? No. The scale, like, malfunctioned. And it just says, well, now it says -5. I thought that was a 2 because it's reversed in the camera. What are we supposed to do now? The side of the lock that failed isn't even the side that unlocks. This is the side. This is the side that unlocks. So the side that I thought was so weak wasn't even the side that was weak. It's the other side. I guess obviously we don't know how much force it took because the scale malfunctioned. The amount of things that I pulled on that scale and seeing the numbers and stuff, I would estimate that this probably broke at like 150-ish pounds, somewhere right in there. It actually took more than I thought, but it just sucks that we don't have an actual number. All right, this is our next product. This is called the Banana Loca, and this is a device that you use to fill the center of your bananas with, I guess whatever you want. We're going to use the examples of peanut butter and Nutella. I don't know what else you would fill a banana with, but you could fill it with whatever you want. I'm sure you guys will leave a bunch of disgusting ideas in the comments. So we have 2 bananas. These are a little bit green, so hopefully they still work. Cut the tip off of your banana. You can throw those away. This piece, come on, get out of there. It likes to fight sometimes. If you don't want to be in the video, just say that. There we go. Jeez. Has this metal tube in it that you stick inside the banana to kind of like core out the center. Assuming you're supposed to use it with the yellow thing, kind of like some type of guard or something. We're just gonna take the banana. It's a little weird because the bananas are obviously curved and this is straight. I assume this will work better with straighter bananas. Oh, that didn't work. The core is supposed to come out. I think we got it. I don't need that. All right, let's do this. Let's do the second one. It's kind of hard to, I kind of split this banana. It's kind of hard to get it to operate, right? Okay, we got it. All right, now we got 2 hollowed out bananas. You need to fill this chamber with whatever you're going to put in the banana, and then you're just going to slide the banana on here, and then just use this to push whatever it is in there. Of course, we're going to go with peanut butter and Nutella. So we'll put our peanut butter in there. I wonder how much you're supposed to... That feels like a lot for one banana. Oh, there it is. Stick the banana in here. And I guess just... Oh, okay. Okay. And we have a peanut butter filled banana. Now, what am I supposed to do with all this extra peanut butter? I didn't think this through. I'll just lay down a paper towel. We'll just let it all squirt out. Oh! That's not what I expected. It's like a rough night at Taco Bell. Alright. Now we'll fill it with Nutella. There's just going to be... There'll be a little bit of peanut butter mixed in with the Nutella, but... I'm not going to care. Oh. There we go. Alright, let's set this off to the side. And then you would just, I guess, just peel it like a regular banana. Oh. It kind of falls apart where it's kind of been like expanded, I guess. You have a banana. And then in the center of it, you have whatever filling you decide to put in. Banana and Nutella is a little bit weird. Not gonna lie. Banana and peanut butter, that's a good combination. I'm not sure why you would do this. Say if you want Nutella on your banana. Why would you not just take a spoonful of Nutella, put it on your banana, and then just take a bite of it? All of this trouble and buy a device to inject it into the banana. That part doesn't really make sense to me. For what it is, the device does work, and it does exactly what it's supposed to do. Alright, our next couple products are fire related. So, first one is we have this Radiate portable campfire. This says portable campfire. But what this really is just like a giant candle, because it's all wax. I'm assuming these are some type of like wick. So this is literally, it says portable campfire, but it's literally just a giant candle. So, I mean, there's not a whole lot to test. I mean, just light it and see if it works, right? I don't know how like big this thing gets, like the flame, or if it puts off a lot of heat. All right, that's taking too long. So, I guess this is it. Like, this is the portable campfire. It works. It's on fire. It looks like it's actually smokes quite a bit. It smokes a lot more than I thought, especially since it's just like a giant candle. Figured it wouldn't smoke all that much. Like roast marshmallows and cook on this thing and stuff. But it's putting off a lot of black smoke. I don't know that I would cook on this thing. It is starting to put off a pretty good amount of heat though. And it also says, well, it's on the bottom, I can't show you. But it's supposed to be reusable, so you're supposed to be able to just take the lid and then just snuff it out. I want to see what this thing looks like after it burns for a while. So I'm going to light this thing again, and I'm going to put it outside and just let it burn for maybe like half hour or so and just see what it looks like. Now, you're not supposed to transport this while it's on fire. I don't listen to the rules. We all know that. Alright, so while we're waiting for that candle to burn, our next product is this. This is... forgot the name of this thing. This is a bear bowl. This is like a foldable camping bowl thing that... I'll undo it here. The whole thing just kind of like unfolds into this weird thing. Not weird, but it's just like this flat thing. It's got this metal on the bottom. And you can... I think this is how they have it. Yeah, you can fold it up so it's like flat. And you can like put it inside of a backpack or a camping bag or whatever. And then you can unfold it. And you put that there. And then you have a nice little bowl and with a little handle so you can boil water and cook and whatever. So we're gonna obviously try this out. We need to boil some water in this and just see how it holds up. Now, in the pictures and stuff, they showed this thing being used with one of those like little propane or butane like burners. Now, I don't really have one of those, and that's where this is gonna get kind of tricky. Because I don't have one of those, but I do have this, which if you've seen some of my older videos, you know that this is the Biolite Camp Stove 2. This is like a camp stove that you put wood into and you burn the wood, and then the heat charges this battery pack, and then this battery pack in turn circulates air to help the fire. I already have a whole video on this if you want to check it out. So we're gonna have to use that because we can get that going and set it up. I don't have any wood. But I do have this, which is just like, I know it looks like rabbit food, but it's not. These are just like wood pellets that you would use inside of a wood stove. I have another product that we're testing, which is Instant Fire Starter. This is also came from Shark Tank. These are just like what appears to be some type of like sand or something, and that's what we're going to use to light this thing. And then if this wood isn't enough to boil some water, then we're just going to dump these straight in there and hope for the best. We're winging it just like we always do. Dump this in. 1 bowl of wood pellets, about a full cylinder. Hopefully we don't get smoked out because this stove is supposed to be smokeless. We'll dump in a thing of, yeah, that's full. I guess we'll see what happens. Okay, that's I think that's probably gonna burn a lot better than I anticipated. Let's go ahead and take our bowl. We'll fill it up with some water. Now, one thing I'm curious about is this like vinyl material or whatever. See, I mean, you would think that this stuff would like melt. So I'm curious if like why does it not melt, or if it's gonna melt or what. I think I might have overfilled this thing. Maybe we need some air holes. Yeah, definitely not gonna be smokeless. I think I'm gonna have to mess around with this and work on it, and maybe I'll get the fire going a little bit better. All right, so I have messed with it a little bit, and I think we're actually gonna be good. So we're gonna go ahead and set this thing on top of here, and I guess we'll see how quickly the water boils. I would imagine that we will get there pretty quick. And I really want to keep an eye on these like flames that are just coming up over the edge, because I think they're gonna melt this material. But maybe I'm wrong. It's only been like a couple minutes maybe. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see the little bubbles forming at the bottom, which means we're like super close to boiling. And the water's like, it's not hot, but it's definitely getting warm. So we are super close to boiling. Oh, we got big bubbles coming up now. We are so close to a boil. Oh, I severely overestimated how much like wood pellets and stuff needed to be in this thing, but that's okay. I wish this thing would hurry up. It is technically boiling. Like if I measured the water, I bet it would be 212 degrees. But I want it like a rolling boil, like a really nice boil, which we're getting there, but it's just, I'm getting very, very impatient. It's taking way longer than I want it to. All right, I mean, that's a rolling boil. I think that's really good. So there's our boiling water. So this thing does work. Ow, it's hot. Why would you touch that? Of course it's gonna be hot, idiot. I'm gonna dump this water out because I want to like actually look at this thing. All right, so now this thing has cooled down. Let's break this thing back down. Take a look at it. Wow, literally nothing. You see the bottoms all burn up. It's not like deformed or melted in any way at all. Maybe I'm over impressed with just like such a simple thing, but I figured, like whenever you think of something like this that's just real flimsy and you think about fire, you don't think that something like this would like hold up to fire. I guess it does. So I like this thing. I think it works great. Fold it back up. put it back in your bag, you're good to go. So let's take another look at this portable campfire. I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, I do not like this thing. So I let it burn for 30 minutes. Now if I can get the lid off. There we go. So I let it burn for 30 minutes. And the wicks, we probably lost like an inch, 3/4 of an inch maybe of wax in 30 minutes. I don't know how long this thing is supposed to last, but I would say that you're probably not going to get more than 2 to 3 hours maybe out of this thing. Here's why I don't like it. It's like, it's advertised as a portable campfire, but it's not really a campfire. It's just a big candle. And it doesn't really get very big. It doesn't really put off much heat. So it doesn't really do anything that a fire does, or that it doesn't really do anything that a fire does, except for there's flames. They say you can cook on it, but I wouldn't cook on it because as you saw, it smokes like crazy. And as it heats up and more of the wax melts, I mean, it just smokes and smokes and smokes. Like they show people like inviting their friends over and like you put this on like a table and then everyone sits outside. Are you really gonna invite your friends over to and tell them like, hey, you wanna go sit around a big candle? I don't know, I feel like you could get 5 or 6 just like Yankee candles and put them in a circle and get pretty much the same effect. They say their directions right on, you can't see them now because they're burnt, but the directions right on the lid are, they say whenever you're done with it, take the lid and smother the flame out. Whenever I went to put the flame out, I slid the lid over top of it, and then I guess the lid was just like, barely had like a little crack, and then it started smoking as if it was, you know, snuffed out, and then all of a sudden it like reignited itself, and not like a, I don't want to say an explosion, but like a, I don't know what you would call it. When it reignited, the like force of it reignited kind of like slid the lid back a little bit. That's why the whole like side of this thing is like burnt, and probably why this is partially burnt. So then the lid kind of like slid itself back, and then there's just flames shooting out of the back of it. So then I'm trying to like slide the lid back on, but by this time the lid is so hot I can't touch it. So then I have to come in here, and you can see this scratch right here on the lid. I had to come in here and get a 2x4 and like poke at the lid to get the lid back on top of it. And then like and then the whole thing was so hot you couldn't touch it. So then you have to wait like 20 minutes for it to cool down. It just seems like it's so much more trouble than it's worth, and it's weird, and it's just like, I don't know. This thing is $25 too. It's just weird. I don't like it. So this is our last product. Now, I want you to go on a little mental journey with me here. Let's say that you're a cowboy, and you're the most, you know, you're the most rootinest, tootinest cowboy there ever was, right? You're chilling, you're at the saloon, let's say. You're drinking an ice cold root beer. You're just chilling at the saloon, doing cowboy stuff, drinking an ice cold root beer. All of a sudden, off in the distance, you hear some gunfire. You can't fire back with one hand. Where are you gonna put your root beer? Right there. I mean, do I need to say anything else? This is our product, the Bev Buckle. This is a belt buckle that is also a cup holder. If you were in the Wild West, you can put your drink here and then pull them out. You can bang bang. You can be all rootin' tootin' and fire back and do whatever cowboy stuff you need to do. And you have your drink right here. But not only is it right here, it's also secure. So whenever you pull them out, you can jerk back and forth, and you can do whatever you need to do. Okay, you could do almost everything you need to do. Maybe don't get all too rootin' tootin' or you might lose your root beer. You should be able to move around and do whatever you need. Do all your bang bang, shoot them up. And once you get done, you can just go like this and drink you a nice cold root beer. That's it. We're going to end it with the Bev Buckle. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.